it's funny because if you look back at last season, we set out to be more like season 1, and it was funnier, and then it got dark again. Right?
Yeah.
And so I think the world where we want to live in is the fun needs to happen with our team, and the darkness can come from the big bad. And I think that's just the best formula for our show. I mean, if you look back at season 1, Thawne is as dark as you get, Like we did to Barry's mother, like everything. I think there was a lot of, it's fresh, it's new. And so it's just, tonally we'll try to be in that area. But I don't know, it's the Flash. Like at the end of the season, some big stuff happens always, and it tends to go darker. We just never want to get back to season 3 because that was
dark.
Brutal. Yeah.
Can you talk about where Killer Frost and Caitlin's story is heading?
Yeah, so it's funny. We shot at the end. Originally in the finale last year, there were a couple more scenes where she explained more about where she was heading. But we pulled it so we could properly make bigger stories out of it this season. So yeah, I mean, she's certainly, finding or getting Killer Frost to emerge and how that works and where her powers originated from. And then, along with the theme of the season of legacy and family, she's going to explore that with her mother and what this mystery is with her father and all of that.
How will Nora coming into the picture kind of disrupt things, I guess, would be the right way to phrase it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's twofold. A, the timeline, she clearly did something very wrong.
Yeah.
And now that Barry's he's kind of on the other side. He didn't do it this time, thankfully. He gets to sort of be the person that spearheads like how they can fix this problem. But it's a weird scenario that we have when your kid, who is your age essentially, a little bit younger, but is dropped in your lap, and like how are we parents now?
Right.
I mean, it's hard enough to be parents to a newborn where who is this thing? Well, we'll slowly get to know who this person is, but this is straight up like, hi, I'm a mixture of you guys. And I mean, Jessica, it's funny because if you take Grant and you take Candace, like the casting is and she can play all the quirkiness of Barry from season 1 in this very familiar way. It's amazing.
In terms of production, is there any new technical things going on this year? I know it's a very technical show put together anyway, but anything new?
Well, I think there was a hint of what Nora can do as a speedster that's a little bit different than anything we've seen in the finale, and so we're going to see exactly what that is and how it's used. And it's funny, we were just talking about this on Thursday. The first time we show like how it actually works, it was a hard concept for any of us to actually. It's funny when you write something like, hey, yeah, and then when you sit down, you're like, well, how are we going to shoot this? So yeah, there'll be some cool speedster stuff that we haven't done before. But it's not, speedster versus speedster. It's kind of like, oh my God, you can do this. I can't do that. How do you do this?
Are you excited about Gotham City being introduced to the?
Yeah, I mean, that kind of stuff is out of my control. I mean, if we could introduce everything, I would introduce it, and yeah. But so I clearly shouldn't be put in charge of any of that stuff. I just tell them, they just tell me what to do, and I do it. So yeah, I'm stoked. I mean, anytime we can get into that world, and it's just hopefully it opens up a whole new. I don't know how many villains like they're going to be tied to, Batwoman, but I'm sure if we can, I'll try to get some of them, Yeah.